You're looking at Rudy Giuliani campaigning in the South yesterday and the day before. That's the good part of the Rudy Giuliani campaign, the part he enjoyed. But there's another side of that visit. And virtually every other campaign of a major candidate running for the presidency on the Republican side, it's the Ron Paul Brigade. Whether we see them in St. Petersburg, Florida or Marietta, Georgia, they are showing up in larger numbers. They're vociferous and sometimes just plain out of control. Now, I want to thank our field reporter, Towery, who was out there and took some fantastic pictures at a rally in Georgia just a day or two ago, one in which we saw Rudy Giuliani having a strong show of force, but the Ron Paul Brigade showing up again. I'm Matt Towery for InsiderAdvantage and the Southern Political Report. I want to make a few notes about this. Ron Paul's people show up everywhere. When we were at the CNN YouTube debate in Florida, outside in St. Petersburg, the biggest demonstration other than those who are anti-this or anti-that, a huge brigade of Ron Paul supporters. Rudy Giuliani campaigns in Georgia on a Sunday afternoon when no one really expects many people to turn out. Who turns out? Rudy supporters, but just as many Ron Paul supporters. And let me tell you something, they're boisterous, sometimes downright mean, and they are devoted. Now, here's the thing. Let's fast forward to Iowa. I know I'm harping on this over and over again, but I'm telling you I'm right. Get the picture. As Howard Cosell used to say, get the picture. The picture is this. It's going to be freezing cold. You have just gotten rid of your in-laws and your kids. You're getting rid of the Christmas tree. You're exhausted. The Orange Bowl is coming on TV. It's freezing outside. And Kansas, a neighboring state, is playing. And you want to go out and vote in a caucus? Come on, folks. It's all about turnout. And I'm telling you right now, this man Ron Paul poses as much of a threat to Mitt Romney, who's firing as fast as he can to Mike Huckabee, who of course won the CNN YouTube debate based on our poll taken for the Florida Chamber of Commerce and also basically decided by the press. He's firing at Huckabee because he's afraid he's losing ground in Iowa and other states to Huckabee because of Huckabee's strong conservative stand. But I'll tell you who they need to start paying attention to. It's this man they call the nut, the man that they think is a kook, Ron Paul, because his supporters are, if they think nutty, just as kooky, and a lot more devoted. I'm betting right now that in Iowa, if something doesn't change, you're going to see Ron Paul supporters come out of the woodwork, and you're going to have to pay people to vote in the Republican primary, which, by the way, is something I'll be talking about in a couple of days. It does happen, believe it or not. Now, as we continue to watch Iowa, continue to watch Rudy Giuliani, who's going to fight as strong as he can, not to expect to win Iowa, but to do well in New Hampshire and hopefully get a win out of South Carolina so he can get down to Florida and get a bump and get into Tsunami Tuesday. Watch Mitt Romney. He's taking the gloves off against Huckabee because he knows after spending all that money in Iowa, if he can't pull a victory off there, he's going to be in deep trouble. And watch Fred Thompson because he's nowhere to be found. Fred, where have you gone? Are you asleep? You blew the debate. We can't find you. No one's shooting at you. When they're not shooting at you, you're probably not that important. I hate to say it. Good candidate. But right now, that Thompson campaign is going down the drain. I'm Matt Towery for the Southern Political Report and InsiderAdvantage. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.